As the sun gently rises, household life awakens slowly. Smoke curls upward from small fires. Pots of rice and millet simmer.
Sticky.
Soft voices rise in greeting, shared between neighbors weaving straw mats or guiding water buffalo toward watered fields. In a nearby stream, women wash clay pots, their laughter mixing with the water's gentle gurgle. Their hands, brown and smooth, pause in a quiet rhythm. Rinse, scrub, rinse again, mirroring the slow heartbeat of dawn. Rice paddies stretch like cushions of green across the valley. Farmers tend to the stalks, careful not to harm the water-filled soil where fish move beneath the surface. Frogs rest on lily pads, and tiny birds pick at grain. By midday, smoke signals drift above the village ridge. They tell of midday feasts or of visitors arriving from distant shores. Occasionally, travelers come bearing goods. Beads, cloth dyed with rich indigo, furs from mountain goats. These trade items move quietly through markets of woven baskets and carved wooden bowls. There's a rhythm here, the pace of planting, of seasons, and of ritual. Quiet, repeated, weaving the lives of families into a shared tapestry. Now, turn your gaze to the royal compound, nestled on a low hill. Surrounding walls of wooden posts carved with tribal symbols encase quiet courtyards lined with graceful mango trees and flowering jasmine. Morning light dances across patterned wooden floors. Inside, the queen's attendants move with soft steps. They carry water in clay jars, gently pour over guests' hands in greeting, and fan the queen with delicate palm leaf fronds. A hush fills the courtyard, punctuated only by distant bird song. Ranavalola's court is measured, refined. Artisans weaving silk from mulberry leaves, painters grinding pigments to adorn carved stools, dancers rehearsing slow-tempo steps to the beat of traditional music, drums made from hollowed logs and captured rhythms of ocean waves. Each ritual is folded into daily life. The queen partakes in quiet meals, a bowl of plain rice, sweet cassava, a handful of fruit, eaten under the shade of a kapok tree. Courtiers listen for her word, voice calm and deliberate. At times, she blesses a healer or singer, her tone soft, affirming. There is no hurry, no race against time. Each gesture, each pause is deliberate. The world unfolds at a quiet pace. Let's walk beyond palace walls. The city of Antananarivo sleeps in welcome drowsiness, dusting the sky with pale pink at sunset. Narrow pathways wind between tiered wooden homes, painted in gentle hues of ochre and ochre blue. Villagers gather along roadsides, chatting softly as they sweep their doorsteps or mend woven mats. Lamplights appear, small oil glasses flickering in open windows. Evening traders set out trays of spiced yams, sweet-scented bananas, samosas shaped like pyramids, rolled in deep green banana leaves. The aroma is warm, inviting. Animal life drifts quietly. Chickens peck at stray grains, a gray tabby watches patiently, and geckos patter on wooden walls, hunting tiny insects. The distant sound of footsteps echoes, courtiers returning home, gathering near family fires. Under dim sky, music begins. Gentle flute notes, a low hum of stringed valiha instruments. Friends sitting on wooden benches softly tap their feet in time. Someone begins a story, a legend of ancestors, of tides and forest spirits, spoken in calm, rhythmic tones. It's soothing, like a bedtime tale given under soft lantern light. Now picture Queen Ranavalona alone in a quiet pavilion. She stands by a low window looking out at gardens of riverine jasmine and hibiscus. She's dressed in silk dyed with indigo patterns, gentle waves, forest leaves, the soft shape of ocean foam. Golden slippers rest on the wooden floor. In this moment, she's not a ruler pronouncing edicts. She's absorbing the scent of flowers, feeling the breeze carry petals across the courtyard. Her eyes close. She listens to the chime of wind-carried bamboo bells. Despite stories told of her severity, there were moments like this, still, intimate. She was mindful of lineage, of traditions, ways passed down for centuries binding people to ancestors and to earth. Courtiers bring her cooled honey water in glazed cups. Nearby, a musician begins a slow piece on a monochord zither. The music drifts through the pavilion, gentle, even. You might imagine it easing the day's tensions. Her gaze travels from the musician's hands to the petals drifting on the stone garden floor. Each petal a memory, a moment of quiet. There's something almost tender here, a human heartbeat in the hush of her chamber. Let's drift deeper into customs that shaped everyday lives. In village compounds, clay pots are shaped and sun-dried in rows. A maker's hands smoothing rims, fingertips wiping away shape after shape. Each pot is subtly different, an echoed fingerprint across many days. Mothers prepare a creamy porridge of rice and bananas for their infants, stirring with a wooden spatula in circles that mimic the swirl of water in the rice paddies. Fathers teach children the songs of the ancestors, simple chants about seasons, mountain lilies, rains. They hum softly, tapping toes. At twilight, women carry calabashes filled with water from wells, walking barefoot, their silhouettes long and elegant across dusty paths. When they arrive, they pour water into communal basins. Men return from the fields, wiping sweat from brows, and settle in small circles to share stories, their voices soft, measured. The air is scented with smoke from evening fires and native wood. The aroma is warm and familiar. Cooking pots bubble gently, and laptops and screens are far away. Here, people talk, laugh, rest. Elderly folks lean back under banana leaves, telling tales in whispered cadence. One story explains the origin of the water buffalo, another naming each mountain peak by its shape at sunrise. These stories stir imagination, but they don't alarm. They're gentle landmarks on a calm evening. We drift now toward more measured moments in the Queen's reign, moments of quiet consequence rather than dramatic outbursts. Ranavalona believed in preserving tradition and strengthening independence. She feared that too much foreign belief or influence might erode ancient ways, so she sometimes issued edicts, like subtly closing certain foreign schools or asking travelers to respect rites of ancestors. These acts were deliberate, meant to protect rather than punish, though not without colliding with other beliefs. People understood the implications, like knowing a soft tide might yet change the shape of a shoreline. Some Christian missionaries were asked to step back. Their books were collected, not all burned, but quietly set aside beyond the palace walls. Some villagers, feeling uncertain, shifted back toward ancestral rites, lighting gentle fires in front of family hube stones, offering rice and fruit at day's start. There were whispers of more severe punishments, but let's imagine they were distant as an echo, not carried into every home. Many families continued their routines uninterrupted. Weavers, fishers, potters, farmers. There's a softness in boundaries here, a feeling that actions once taken ripple outward, but also that life continues. Between edict and daily life flows the gentle current of communities breathing, cooking, trading. Let's drift to the river's edge, where life flows steadily. The water is smooth like glass under early morning sun. Fisherfolk glide in dugout canoes, casting nets in gentle arcs. Their laughter drifts across the water when they lift a net to empty its glistening catch. On sandy banks, women sort shells or repair fishing lines under the shade of casuarina trees. Children splash, their small voices rising like birdsong. Wading buffalo munch on water grasses. Nearby, fields slope into the water, mangroves clutching at mud. Bird life fills the air. Sunbirds sip nectar from red blossoms. Herons stand motionless in quiet patience. Every few minutes, the water's mirror stirs. A fish breaking surface, a bird's reflection gliding up. The world feels cool, safe, steady. This is the world Ranavalona protected, one where each dawn and dusk followed the same gentle pattern, where communities knew where to fish, when to plant, how to honor life cycles. Let's return to the royal gardens at sunset. The low sun paints leaves gold, hibiscus flowers glow in orange-red, quiet fountains bubble among smooth stones, and lanterns flicker by stone benches. Ranavalona walks slowly along shadowed paths. An attendant follows, holding a lantern. Petals drift to her feet like gentle snow. She stops to touch a leaf, feel its cool surface, inhale the perfume. Nearby, court musicians play lullabies, soft flute, low drone of a drum. The melody loops gently, repeating in slow cycles. Each note breathes, failing slowly into the next, like waves folding over sand. A jasmine petal lands on her hand. She smiles faintly and breathes deeply. You sense a pause where the world holds its breath. Time seems to stretch and melt. Children of palace staff tiptoe behind hedges, peeking at the queen. They giggle softly, and she eyes them with kindness but doesn't speak. She knows the magic of quiet. Slowly, she's guided back toward the palace steps. Candlelight glimmers at handrails. The music continues, a soft goodbye not just for her, but for the day. As night deepens, find yourself drifting alongside that garden path, every breath deeper, every thought softer. The day has unwound gently, and you're safe in its final moments. The sounds of distant drums fade. The jasmine scent still lingers in mind. Picture now yourself reclining on a woven mat beneath a star-pierced sky. Fireflies flicker in circles overhead. Ranavalona's world, its sunrise and sunset, laughter of children by the river, silent courts, reverence for tradition lingers in soft memory. Sleep arrives slowly, like petals drifting down. There is no sudden drama here, only life unfolding in gentle measures, each moment carrying you closer to morning's tranquil promise, or to deeper, dream-rich rest. Let your breath match the rhythm of that river. In, out, in, out. Softly now, close your eyes. May your dreams carry you across warm seas, through jasmine gardens, beneath the hush of ancient trees. And when you wake, may you remember the calm you felt tonight. Good night, dear one. Sleep well.